Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimmingbird and welcome back to Pixelmon. We are finally in version 2.3.1 for Minecraft 1.6.2 at long last, and it was worth the wait. Now in this update we've got some new Pixelmon, some really useful new items, a ton of new moves, and a buttload of fixes to crashes and different stuff like that. So I'm going to go into it. Now first off, you're going to need Forge version 9.10.0.799 to play this. But luckily with the new launcher, there's no need to switch out jars anymore, so you can have a profile set up just for Pixelmon, and then switch to that when you're ready to play. Now, I'm going to get to the new Pixelmon in a second here, but I wanted to talk about the new items first. And here they are. We got 4 new items, and each of them is very useful. I'm going to start with my favorite right here. These are the old running shoes. I've got them on my hotbar here too. Now, you can craft these with a pair of leather boots, even if it's raining. And put a couple iron on the side, some feathers at the bottom. And these will actually give you a permanent little speed 1 boost here. As you can see, it's in my status on the side too. But if I run around, I've got these little spiffy boots on, and I've got a speed boost permanently on me. And now these don't wear out, which is really nice. So if you're running around, and especially at the beginning, if you don't have a Pokemon to ride on, you're going to need something to help you get around the world and look for new Pixelmon. So these are very helpful. Now if you want something a little faster, next to these are the new running shoes. Now you're going to need your old running shoes and a couple of diamonds to change the crafting recipe, but when you have these babies on, you get speed 2. Now these actually do wear out. They take a little while to wear out. I ran around, you can see the ones in my hotbar back down there. They've only lost a little bit of durability, and I was running around for a while with them, but the speed 2 boost is very noticeable, and it looks like that Miltank had speed 2 as well. It was running really fast. But these are another way to get around if you have a few diamonds lying around, so this is good use for your iron and diamonds and other materials. A very handy item. Now, the old rod, it's not a pencil, it's an old rod right here, is another new item. Now, this doesn't have durability either, like the old running shoes, and it's crafted like a normal fishing rod. You can even craft it the other way diagonally with the sticks. But instead of 2-string, use a Pokeball down there. And the good rod and super rod are also in the game, but right now they're not craftable. So the old rod, you can go down here by this Golduck. Now you're not going to actually fish at the Pokemon. You could throw it at them, but it's not going to do anything but hit them and pull them to you like a normal fishing rod. No, the main use of these is to fish like you would in a Pokemon game. You throw it out into the water. It's very similar to Minecraft fishing as well, but you will see eventually, hopefully, we'll get a nibble here. There we go. And you pull in, and then you go straight into a Pokemon battle. And I'm going to punch him. The battle camera's showing a little scenic view over here, but we already knocked out that Goldeen, I think, right? Oh, man, that was a tough Goldeen. It took some Comet punches. So there we go. It's knocked out. But basically, these rods allow you to reel in water Pokemon. And the better the rod, the better stuff you're going to get. It's just like in the games, you can get a higher chance. I was able to get a Poliwhirl with my super rod here. I can try again real quick. But if you pull it back without anything, oh man, that was quick. I was trying to pull it back without anything. It's another Goldeen. If you pull it back, it'll give you a little text here that says, not even a nibble or whatever. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. Yeah, not even a nibble. And it's a nice way to fish for Pokemon. It's basically just like Minecraft fishing, but you can get Pokemon that way. And the last new item here I want to show you guys, I might take my speed boots off, because that way the potion effect isn't like swirling around me the whole time. This is the Whalmer Pail. Now this is used, you have to build it with some, this takes some weird alchemy. You're going to need some bones and a water bucket, and you get your bucket back and some iron. The bones make it seem a little evil, but it's a nice little item. Now its base use is to just, bam, it's like bone meal. It'll grow grass and flowers on the ground, and it doesn't run out of durability, which is nice. And you can also use it on some plants. So if you got a little farm going with your carrots, you can easily go bam, 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 and it's a kind of a cheap way to get your stuff grown. But if you're playing Pixelmon, you probably won't see skeletons. So that's one of the uses. But the other use is to grow your apricorn trees, and you can only use it once a day on them. You can see it says it looks well watered today. I have the sun locked in position, so we have morning perpetually. But you can use it to grow your apricorn trees very quickly, which is nice. So if you don't have bone meal or you don't have access to it because you can't kill skeletons, the Whalmer Pail is the way to go. You're just going to need to get some bones, which might be a little tough. So look for some skeleton spawners, because they should still spawn skeletons even on mob disabled servers. Now, one of the things about apricorn trees I can show you real quick if we go into survival before we get into the new Pixelmon is that they now have more toughness. Like, you used to be able to pop them with your fist or whatever and you'd break them, but now they're a bit tougher, and if I punch this here for a little bit, you can hear it's the wood breaking sound and you get a log back. It's a little thicker than the apricorn tree, but it's nice that you don't have to worry about breaking these guys as much, and you can get some wood for them. Over there is a fire breather. He's looking great. You go, buddy. Alright, so he's an old trainer. There is a new Doctor NPC trainer class that you can check out though, so there's more trainers. Let's go back into creative here, and we will go into the Pixelmon because that is probably what you're here to see, the new Pixelmon. Well, 150 or more to see. There are more than 150 now. We have completed the original 150. Yay! Now, I've got most of the new ones in my team here, but I'm going to save one of them for last, and you might be able to guess what it is. But here is my enormous Kangaskhan, and this is a really nice looking model. We are just getting better and better with these models. Like, the modding team is doing a great job. They've got a lot of really good user-submitted models, and this one looks great. Look at that. The baby's like the size of me. But if you haven't played Pixelmon before, you might not know, but the size can be different. They can be really pygmy, tiny, or enormous is the biggest. So this is like the biggest size you can get a base Kangaskhan at, so that's why he's so huge. But it gives us a nice look at her model. I forgot it's Lady Kangaskhan. And if you are interested in Pokemon X and Y, you probably heard the news about Kangaskhan, so that's going to be exciting. Now, here's another one that I've been waiting for. Rhydon. As you can see, he's a much more normal-sized one. We can check out what his size is. He's a runt, so he's actually kind of small for a Rhydon. But whoa, he looked like he was going to run away there. But Rhydon looks very good too. He's got a nice little horn there, texture. One thing I wanted to note: if you install the base Pixelmon mod, you will get the anime type sounds. They will say like Rhydon or stuff like that, or Pikachu. Like, they'll use their name, and those are recorded by someone working with the Pixelmon team. I actually went in and changed it to someone before offered a sound pack that let it sound like the Pixelmon would sound like the game sounds. So you can go in there and change that if you want. I don't know if they offer that anymore, but that's just what I did. So I wanted to clear that up for anyone curious. Here is Parasect, and this one's got some nice shading on it. Looking good, little buddy. This one's a long time coming too. Hey, little guy. Oh, we can always use some more bug Pokemon. Look at how his little pincers move around. That's awesome. His pedipalps or whatever they are. And then here's one of my favorites. Lickitung. He's looking pretty good too. Look at that tongue. Whoa. He ran in for a kiss. He's looking great. How you doing, little guy? And then Dugong. Oh, there we go. A little lag sending him out. He's looking pretty good too. He might have a little spare tooth hanging out there, but he's looking great. You'll see a lot of these. Seal and Dugongs seem to be very common in landlocked water, so you'll probably see a lot of Dugong around. And then the last of the normal one, not the last added. I'm saving one. This is probably my favorite. Poliwrath. Look at this guy. He looks like he belongs in like Pokemon Stadium or something. He has got a really nice shaded model. He looks really cool. And compared to my little blocky model, he's so much better looking. So they're striving for this type of model, I believe, for Pixelmon. So they're slowly going to update some of the older models, I think. But this guy looks great. We finally have another fighting type here. So other stuff I wanted to address real quick. Fossils now spawn more frequently, which is very nice. They were kind of rare before. I liked that. I liked that there was a reward for exploring, but they are a little bit more common now for anyone who wants to find fossil Pokemon. And here's all the fossils over here. They're all hanging out in their little embryo machines by this Meowth. I've been messing with them. Another thing, these icy stones and the icy rock and the mossy rock now have little handheld texture things. So those are cool. I'll give you another look. Sorry, I was doing a little quick there. Boss Pokemon. If you encountered any before, sometimes it was hard to tell if they're boss Pokemon, but now they have an alternate color. It's not their shiny form. They'll have like a tint to them. I got a Dodrio that was like a cyan tint, and they will drop rare items. So if you're playing on your own and you don't have creative, some of these Pixelmon items you might not be able to get very easily, especially like the Eevee boosting items and stuff. Well, if you beat a boss Pokemon, they will drop them. So that's awesome. They don't retain their color anymore when you catch them either. So let's go into some of the new moves now. I'm just going to run through these real quick for you guys. Aqua Ring, Baton Pass, Beat Up, Crush Grip, Electro Ball, Last Resort, Metronome, Endeavor, Wake Up Slap, Low Kick, Spite, and Transform. Now this is really exciting. I'm going to switch my guys out real quick. I wanted to show you some of the other guys. So these are some old Pixelmon. As you can see, Charmander and them have been in the game for a while, but they do have updates. I'm going to go through these real quick, and then we'll get to transform with Ditto, and Onyx also has a really cool update to him. So let's go through these real fast for you guys. Bam! There's the new Rattata model. Come out of there. Get out of there. There you go. They love to hide in the tall grass. Looks much better than the old Rattata model, I must say. So he's looking great now. Good on you, little guy. And here is Squirtle. Now he has had some updates to him. It's not quite as obvious, but he's looking good too. And speaking of some big updates, bam! Look at Charmander. Whoa, hey, get back here, little guy. He's a little anxious. Look at him, he's got a completely new model. His little flame is looking great still, but he's got a nice little new model that's more in tune with his other forms. And then Abra has also had a skeleton update, which means his movement should be a little better here. And then he slides around his butt anyways. And Cloyster also had some skeleton updates. Looking good, little guy. And lastly, this is well, not lastly, but this is one that I was really looking forward to. If you used a Fearow or you saw one, they would have stiff wings before, but now they actually have their wings flapping. If I jump on this little guy, we can go flying. Whoa, a little too fast. Here we go. And I think C by default is the descend key if you're looking. And now that we're in 1.6, you got to push shift to get off your Pokemon, so remember that. Let's go back over here, and then the other two that I'm really excited about, I will show you guys real quick here. Here we go, pop them out, bam, bam, oops, didn't mean to put Ditto there. So here is Onyx. Now, a lot of Pokemon that are serpentine or, you know, dragon-like, the ones that are kind of slithery have a new update to their skeletal framework. So worm, snake, serpent animations, and flapping wing animations are updated. So here is Onyx. Now, if you remember Onyx before, it had like a very, you know, oh, hey, he's got stuck on the sign there. He had a very like stiff model when he was moving around, but now he actually like worms like a snake. There we go, beautiful, buddy. Thank you for showing that off for us. Look at that, that's really cool. I love it. He still kind of floats a little bit, obviously, because this is a huge Onyx. Literally, he's huge sized, and so he has to get kind of over stuff. But look at that, I love that animation. And last off, we got to find a wild Pokemon because I want to show you Ditto here, and then I'll run through some of the really important fixes and stuff, and last we'll finish up with the Pokemon that you all probably want to see. So I'm going to attack this mother Doduo and her baby. Come here, guys. Get over here. I'm going to try to get my Ditto. There's so much stuff going on. Is there anybody else that's not in a crowded area to fight? There we go. Whoa, we're falling through the ground. Okay, so I'm going to use Transform, and hopefully we can see my Ditto. He's stuck in the ground here, but as you can see, Transform actually gives me the moves that I need from there. I'm gonna run because I think he's stuck in the ground. The battle camera, as you can see, is still a little glitchy. I mean, they're working on that. They've tried to improve it for this update, but it has a few other little glitches to it. Let's see if I can get this Pidgey. There. Oh, come on, Ditto, get out of there. I need to find an area that's a little bit flatter so that Ditto doesn't fall through the ground here. Any other guys? There's a Golbat. I guess we could fight that. Some iron sitting here. As you can see, apricorn are still just as common as ever, so they're very easy to find. Hey, Golbat, get back here. He's flying around. If I can nail him, then we can show you this little Ditto transformation here. But basically, the base thing that I was trying to show you was that when he transforms, he gets all the moves of the opponent. And there we go. As you can see, Ditto actually transforms into the model of the thing that you're fighting. But the thing is, it uses Ditto's texture and stretches it out over the model, which I think is really funny. As you can see, Ditto's eyes are on his butt in the Golbat model. The eyes are in really funny places a lot of the time because when the texture is stretched over the model, they get placed really weird places. On Goldeen, it was also on the butt, I noticed when I tried it out. But yeah, Ditto actually works like he's supposed to. He transforms, he gets the moves, he turns into the Pokemon, so that is very awesome. Now, some of the other things I want to address while we finish up this Ditto battle, a lot of fixes here. Moves that have charging phases caused flinching, crashes causing flinching, that stuff's been fixed. Double kick and all the multiple strike moves should now work. False swipe should work properly. A battle will now end if you teleport away, if a Pokemon teleports away, or your opponent Pokemon teleports away. But if you're in battle with someone who uses a battle, like a move that knocks someone out of battle, that won't end a trainer battle now. So if you're a Dragon Tail user, that type of thing, you don't have to worry about that much anymore. Tons of moves were fixed, like rollout, acupressure, high jump kick, multiple turn moves, stuff like that, haze, gyro ball, all moves that switch out Pokemon, like I mentioned. Low kick now causes flinching. Dig actually interacts with earthquake and all that, magnitude, fissure. Sleeping Pokemon, they will now wake up and attack on the turn that they wake up. Same with confused Pokemon. When they snap out of confusion, they will now attack there. Oh, those Rhyhorns are fighting each other for dominance. That's pretty cool. Healing moves will now update the health bar. Rest works better. All this stuff. Ground is now, it has the right effectiveness on steel types. Moves that cause fleeing. They should end trainer battles properly, sorry. Stuff like that. Now, a couple little commands here I can show you. If you have your ability to use commands, there's the Poke Heal command. I can do that on myself, and now my Pokemon are all healed. And there's also the Poke Battle command. So if you're having a hard time getting your Pokemon to attack somebody else, I could start a battle. Both participants cannot be the same person, but if you're on a server here, you can use this command, put in one person's name, then the other person's name, and you will initiate a Pokemon battle. Not sure if that works over long distances. That could be really funny. You're like battling over the internet technically, but you're also on the internet. That's a little weird. Okay, and some other things. There's configs to prevent being able to throw Pokeballs. So if you want trainers to catch Pokemon while they're in battle and not throw Pokeballs, you can turn that off. Some other things, you can set the render distance that you would see a nameplate from. So as you can see, you have to get pretty close to see these Doduo's nameplate. Same with trainers. But you can set it to be farther. So if you're walking around, you could be like, hey, there's a Pokemon over there. I don't want to walk all the way over. What is that thing? It will tell you from farther away. And you can also disable rare candy crafting, which is helpful if you don't want people, you know, just farming materials to kind of cheat and level their guys up. They're not going to get EVs anyways, so... Anyways, some of the other stuff that I wanted to mention, lots of bug fixes with EV points and stuff like that, Pokemon despawning. Some of the really important bugs, though, having more than one primary status effect, that has been fixed. You can't have like multiple ones that would conflict. Multiple messages of your Pokemon fainting, that used to happen in the chat all the time and was a little annoying. That's been fixed. The battle camera shaking violently on fainting. I've seen it still shake a bit, and as you saw, it went into the ground, but they've been working on it, so hopefully it's a little bit better, at least. And there used to be an issue with battle camera jumping to an unloaded chunk or a chunk that your Pokemon was in, so if I threw my Onyx out here, there used to be issues where, like, I would be way over there fighting someone, and I would send out Onyx, and it would cut the camera back to here. So they supposedly have fixed that type of stuff. Pokemon being located in last used location, that type of stuff. Battle camera, all that thing. Now, if you die during a battle, like a zombie kills you or something, or you log out, it should now end the battle. Hey, little Raticate. And the last thing I want to show you guys, thank you for sticking around if you did. Leave a like if you did enjoy this coverage, because it does help me out. I'm going to show you guys the last new Pokemon to complete the 150. It is Mewtwo. And let's send him out over here, and you guys can get a good look. Bam! There he is. He's a little creepy because we don't have too many Pokemon that are as human-like. He's like my size. We're just gonna hang out. I wonder if I don't think I can ride him. Yeah, I was about to jump on my Mewtwo, blast off to the stars. But as you can see, Mewtwo is in the game, and that will complete the first 151. And there are much more. If you go on the Pixelmon.com forums, you can see all the models for the new guys that are coming out. They're hard at work on all the other generations of Pixelmon, so that is pretty awesome. I love going on there and seeing what other models are being built and stuff. Let's finish out by just destroying this Doduo with my Mewtwo. Bam! Psychic. Mewtwo's so cool, he's sinking into the ground. Oh, I think we got him. Yeah, we got him. Alright, Mewtwo. Now, another thing that's really cool, when you battle in the old versions, it would leave your Pokemon out, and sometimes you'd wander off and they would get hurt. But no longer, they actually get called back as soon as the battle's over, so that's very handy. Thank you guys for watching yet again. I'm going to be doing more Pixelmon videos on my Okinawa server if you've been interested in that series, and I'm going to announce the contest winners pretty soon here for people to join the server. So look forward to that. Thank you guys once again for watching. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time for more Pixelmon. Hey Mewtwo, let's hang out.